Cory Blackett-Taylor. It's start of the show in Austria as Derby County come away 2-1 victors in their second pre-season friendly. This one up against RB Salzburg. Derby County win 2-1 with Cory Blackett-Taylor scoring the first and setting up the second with Caden Jackson scoring just before half time. Salzburg did get one back early on in that second half with Dagim scoring after 48 minutes after a little bit of a mix-up on the edge of the box with Caden Jackson losing the ball and Callum Elder just missing a step on his man. Now, this was a very, very good defensive performance and showing exactly what Derby County are capable of doing when you can hit them on the counter-attack. It is prime Eustace ball, in my opinion, from what we saw last season. Obviously, there's still a lot of development still to go across the course of this pre-season window, but that is exactly what you want to see from a Derby County side that aren't going to be the best team in the league, aren't going to have the most possession, and it was a wonderful performance. Now, we're going to talk about it in a lot more detail right now, so make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, but should we get into it? Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets. Now, obviously, we've got to give a huge shout out to Cory Blackett-Taylor. I think today was the reason why Derby County signed him. You look at the performances put in. Yes, obviously, it is a pre-season game, but Salzburg are a team that are in Champions League qualifiers in, I think, 10 days' time, which is obviously a massive thing for them. And they're right on the end of their pre-season. And I think today, Cory Blackett-Taylor showed us exactly what he can do. We saw it, I think it was against Portsmouth a few years ago. We saw it against Blackpool. But ultimately, we've not seen it enough. Now, he's obviously played both games in pre-season, and I think, realistically, Cory Blackett-Taylor has really been the star of the show this afternoon, and I think it's a really, really good performance from him, and one which people don't need to underestimate, but I think we also don't need to put too much pressure on. You've got to give him the praise of the goal and the assist, and that cross for Caden Jackson was absolutely unbelievable. Reading of the play to pick up the ball for the first goal from the poor work from Salzburg again was some unbelievable work, and I think you've got to give him the benefit when it comes to that. Now, I also want to give a big shout out to Isaac Gordon because he's played, I think it's 65 minutes today, and is essentially playing as part of Derby County's first team squad, and I don't think he looks an inch out of place. I think he looks absolutely unbelievable, being completely honest with you. When he started against Matlock, I didn't expect him to play as well as he did against Matlock, but then the performances put in today as well, I think he was really good today. And it's one of those for me where I'm starting to look at some of these young players and I'm thinking, you know what, with the right squad, I think they could fit in. Like Gordon in that team that played today, if we played him on the opening game of the season, I don't think I'd be worried about it. Don't get me wrong, you've still got those doubts of the youth players, sort of that naivety, knowing where to be and all these types of things. But I think he was excellent again this afternoon. And I think realistically is justifying his selection by that of John Eustace for the Matlock game and for today. Obviously, there's a lot of players coming through our academy that can play in that right back position, and it was Gordon that obviously impressed enough to take over from Kane Wilson heading into Matlock. And obviously you've got the likes of Ryan Yamby and Joe Ward sat on the sidelines as well. Kane Wilson was obviously in Austria but didn't play. But I think, to be completely honest with you, Isaac Gordon I think has shocked a lot of people, and I put a tweet out on Twitter saying that he's really moved me and I'm really impressed. And I think there's a few players in that sort of youth cohort that have been in Austria, that played in that first pre-season friendly, that really could make that step up. And I'm not saying you play all of them at the same time, do not get me wrong. But if you chuck in an Isaac Gordon at right back for the first game of the season, I'm not going to be worried. If you chuck in in my opinion, a Harry Hawkins in midfield, maybe a Darren Robinson, I don't think I'm going to be bothered, if I'm completely honest. And I think I actually really like to see it. Now, obviously, you've got to give a shout out to Caden Jackson as well. Really good goal for him. A header from a couple of yards into the box after a really good cross from Cory Blackett-Taylor. I think I'm still not entirely sure of the midfield situation that Derby County have got going on. Obviously, it's Ozzy and Kenzo sitting a bit deeper, with Ibu sort of leading that press with Kmar Roof. And I think Derby County really need to sort that situation out, because I don't think Ibu is that guy that's going to sort of create chances and have that technical ability sort of in that number 10 role, which is where really he's been playing a lot realistically for both pre-season friendlies. I think Kenzo and Osborne have done all right in midfield. Danny Bart and Matt Clark, fantastic performances from them. Callum Elder, the only real disappointment was obviously the goal that we conceded, but I don't necessarily believe that's his fault. You look at Kmar Roof. Obviously, what is going to happen with Kmar Roof at this moment in time, we don't really know, but it's obviously something that can develop over the course of the next few weeks. Maybe he gets a new contract, maybe he doesn't. I think it'll all depend on the situation in regards to Selveson's fitness. Obviously, how long Adjumang's going to be out, and obviously Carlton Morris as well, who wasn't involved again today. Now, obviously, if we look on to the second half, obviously Josh Vickers came in straight from half-time, swapping with Zetterstrom. Obviously, I don't really think I need to talk about Zetterstrom. Was really good again today. Vickers made some excellent saves as well. The only players who didn't get on the pitch in the end was Rio Canaville and Richard O'Donnell. Obviously, first half, 4-2-3-1, Zetterstrom, Gordon, Bath, Clark, Elder, Jackson on the right, Blackett-Taylor on the left, Osborne and Kenzo sitting, Adams in behind, Kmar Roof in the second half. I think it was 4-2-3-1 as well. Vickers started out in goal with that same 10 outfield players, and then after about 60 minutes we saw the introduction of the likes of Jake Rooney, Kai Robinson, Fozzie, Darren Robinson, Freddie Turley, Liam Thompson, Lennon Wilden, Charles Abuka, Jack Perry and Tristan Gill, and that sort of set up in a similar sort of formation. Vickers in goal, Turley right back, Rooney and Kai Robinson in centre half, Craig Forsyth at left back. Then again, I think it was a midfield two of Robinson and Thompson. On the right, we had Jack Perry. On the left, we had Tristan Gill. And the two main attackers was Charles Abuka and Lennon Wilden. But then Justin Oguntulu replaced Lennon Wilden for the last couple of minutes, which I think was really nice of John Eustace to give him that opportunity to get on the pitch. Would have been nice to see Rio Canaville get on as well, but obviously there'll be a sort of situation which Derby County have already sort of addressed in regards to minutes and things like that. I obviously mentioned a few days ago that I didn't expect Canaville to even be in Austria, so the fact that he is, and the fact that he was even involved in this entire week, I think is a massive positive for Rio to actually sort of take home with him, a massive experience for him. Now, obviously, we have to talk about Darren Robinson and Dan Cox. Darren Robinson and Dan Cox both played in a friendly for Warsaw a couple of weeks ago. Darren Robinson obviously was involved today at Derby County, but Dan Cox has gone on to sign on loan for the season at Warsaw. We'll do a full video discussing that tomorrow. But a really good move for him in my opinion, and I'm really intrigued to see how that goes for him. Don't necessarily think he'll be a starter, but it's a good opportunity for him to sort of have an opportunity to prove himself at the professional level. But I think, once again, you look at this Salzburg side, you look at the Derby side, and I think it's a really good performance. Obviously, there's still a few positions where Derby County are sort of lacking that strength in depth. Obviously, the likes of Langas, Nelson, Wilson, Selverson, you look at Joe Ward, Ryan Niambi, all not involved. So it's one of those where there's a lot of players still to come back into this fold. But obviously, you can let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. And I'll catch you in my next video tomorrow morning. Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets get 2 free, 5 tickets get 5 free, 10 tickets get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description, which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question, and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets.